She's driving to work. Nothing new there, but she's answering Allison Rosen's tag. Now, she only had 1 cup of coffee, so she's a little tired. But she'll perk up later. I hope you enjoy it. See you at the end.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 12th. I have our mishmash tag. This was sent to me from Allison a very long time ago, and I put it in a waterproof sleeve thinking I was going to do it in the pool, and I didn't. And sorry, let's get you in here. So we will work on that while we drive today. Alright, for those of you keeping score, we're leaving at 7:26 this morning. And it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Obviously. Okay. I don't think we're gonna get stuck in the rain, so I think we're okay with the top down. Don't know how loud it is though, so we might not be able to use this. Okay, now, question number 1. Have you ever smoked? Hell no, that's disgusting. I think smoking is gross, and I hate the smell, and I think if you're ever in your life allowed to be judgy, it is about smoking. So, ew! Hold on, I gotta light my cigarette. Okay, there we go. Alright. Number 2. What is your favorite flavor? Well, again, it depends on what it is, but candy, I like cherry flavored stuff. You know, like Jolly Ranchers. I like the raspberry cherry. Fruit flavors, I like fruit flavors. Caramel. Chocolate. For ice cream, I like things that have fruit and chocolate and caramel in it together. I think it was Blue Bunny, like raspberry bunny tracks. That was good. It's hard to find. They have little chocolates with raspberry filling in them. And then I think there might have been, like, I don't know, caramel swirl through it or something. I don't know. But, yeah. So, those are favorite flavors. nervous before doctor visits. No. Trying to think if I can expand on that. No. What is the one thing you dislike about yourself? The one thing I dislike about myself is that I can't narrow it down to one thing. To be honest, let's see, one thing I dislike about myself, I'm not more nurturing. I also, I haven't been more ambitious in my career. So, I'm not as successful as I expected I would be at this point in my life. I had a lot higher hopes for myself and feel like kind of a failure in that respect, but money isn't everything. So, but that's enough. I don't need to go there mentally. So let's not pick on me. Okay. What's your middle name? My middle name is Brooke. It was my grandmother's maiden name, Brooks. So, Wendy Brooke. Name 3 thoughts at this moment. This is a long line of traffic. I wonder if there's too much wind noise for recording. And I wonder why I can't come up with a third thing. Alright, tag 3 people to complete this. Okay, I tag Peter Kane, the dog training guy. I tag my favorite groomer, and I tag Kevin Bacon. Now, if any of you actually do the tag, you're going to have to let me know, because I don't, I don't keep up with what's going on. I'm sorry. But, yeah, let's tag you 3. Do you own slippers? Yes, I do. I have not worn them since I've been in Florida. When I was wearing them in Wisconsin, though, the last couple pairs that we bought, rushing through the store and not spending time picking things out, getting them too big, and then constantly having them fly off my feet while I was walking and tripping myself up and stuff, so that was kind of a pain. But I did get for Christmas from one of my co-workers, Secret Santa, I got some of those like booty kind that had like the woolly material on the inside, and those were great. And they got the little plastic nubbies on the bottom for the non-skid. I really liked those, but it's way too hot here for slippers. What color shirt are you wearing right now? Well, let's take a look. Here, this is what I'm wearing. So that's what, like a light blue? What songs do you sing in the shower? I don't. I whistle in the shower. If I do sing, it's maybe once a year, and it's followed immediately by shouts from somewhere in the house, people yelling for me to stop. I can't sing. But I whistle. I whistle in the shower. I can do the whistle in and the whistle out, and if you get a little water in your mouth, you can get the vibration going. It's kind of cool. Favorite girl's name? I have a lot of girls' names I liked, but the top of my list, and nobody else seemed to like it, I liked Langley. And of course I first heard it living in Virginia, and you got Langley and there, and so everybody's like, what are you thinking? I like the name Langley, so there you go. Favorite boy's name? Well, my sons are Cole, Brett, and Reese. My stepsons are Jesse and Quinn. And the kind of interesting thing about all of those names, all 5 of those names could be used for a boy or a girl. Now, it might not seem typical, but I've heard of women with all of those names. So, there you go. But on my baby name list, back when I was naming the kids, was a lot of names that would be typically like a last name. Jackson, I don't know, we're talking 16 years ago, but I don't know, I like names that aren't, you know, the overly common names. You know, you might have 1 or 2 other kids in school with the name, but not a whole bunch. What's in your pocket right now? Nothing. I don't even think I have pockets right now. Best toy as a child? That would be the Fisher-Price, those buildings that folded up like the Sesame Street. They were talking, you know, mid-70s here. It was the little 2-story apartment building, and it would open up and you had the little plastic people, Bert and Ernie and all that. I had that, and I had the castle, the Fisher-Price castle. So of all of them, probably the castle is my favorite, and I kept it right up until, oh my God, I had it well into adulthood. I think I finally got rid of it when the twins were like 3 years old or so. So, I mean, I had it up until 13 years ago, so I was like 35 or 34 before I finally got rid of that thing because I loved it so much. Who is your loudest friend? Let's see. Currently, my loudest friend would be Tiffany at work. Not that she's particularly loud, but she can be. And before moving here, it would have been Diane, another coworker. And I don't have a lot of people to pull from because I don't have a lot of friends. So, you know, those would be like the two that come to mind. I mean, there's other coworkers who are even louder, but I don't consider them friends, so. Alright, let's see. How many dogs do you have? One. You all know about her already. Does somebody trust you? My supervisor. I don't really know if anybody else trusts me. I mean, they might say that they trust you, but I don't know if they really do. Because I'll tell people I trust them and I don't. I don't know. It's hard to say. And I don't even know if he really trusts me, but he seems to. So. Now, as far as in diamond painting land and YouTube land, yes, there have been many, many of you guys who have trusted me with your personal lives and things like that. You know, somebody to confide in, your secret's safe with me. Absolutely. A lot of you have included me in your circle of trust, so I do very much appreciate that you have that that trust in me. I know trust is one of those kind of touchy topics in my life, trusting people. So it's we all have our sore spots. What book are you reading at the moment? Hey, you guys all know the answer to this too. A Ghost of a Chance by Alex Anderson, our friend Lori Tom on YouTube. What's your favorite candy? You guys know this too. Jolly Ranchers. Favorite flavor? The blue one. What is that? Blue raspberry? Let's see if I make this light. Woohoo! Here, let me try and straighten you guys out. There you go. So I'm not going to read on a curve. That would be silly. What's your favorite sports team? I don't have one. I don't care for sports. When I was young and had a fake ID, Chicago Blackhawks. That was fun. Standing room only. Go to the games with a crowd of people. It was fun. So Chicago Blackhawks. Not that I followed the team. It was the atmosphere I enjoyed. And in '85, I did watch every game of the Bears. Super Bowl season, Super Bowl 20. I did get into football that year, but that was it. Favorite month? July. Now, that would have been up north, July, because it was like finally warm out. Down in Florida, to be determined, but still, so far, I'm liking July. The winter's great for the air temperature, but the pool's too cold. So July's good because the pool was literally like bath water, nice and warm, felt good. What would the name of your boat be? Well, I like Allison's name. She said hers would be the Crafty Bitch. So, I don't know. I'm gonna, for now, just say the Crafty Bitch too. We're making great time this morning. It helps when you don't obey signals. Best and worst purchases ever made. Best purchase, my car. I love it. Worst purchase was my Nissan Quest. That van is the one that caught on fire while I was driving down the road. If you had to change your name, what would it be? Brooke. Brooke Langley. Or Langley Brooke. I don't need to save the girls' names anymore. The shop is closed. Okay. If you had to lose a body part, what would it be and why? I'm going to go with the same answer again as Allison, and the second to pinky toe on my left foot. Can you cook? Yes, I'm capable of it. if you give me ingredients in a recipe. Favorite thing to cook, you guys know this, scrambled eggs with cheese. What is something your brain tells you to do even though you know you shouldn't do it? Smoke. Dumbest way you've ever been injured. Shutting my hand in a car door. I had one where I was sitting on a plank, a wooden plank, and it was like up on like buckets or something. I don't remember exactly, but my brother was using it as like a bench or something, painting. I don't remember exactly. I was a teenager. I was sitting on it and he yanked it out from under me, and I ended up with like a 2-inch long spike of wood. It was way too big to call a sliver, in my ass, and then having to figure out who I was going to ask to pull it out. So if you could have an absolute truth to one question, what would you ask? Oh gosh, I don't know. I guess my question would be, what happens to us when we die, as far as is there a soul or not, and what happens with it? I don't know if I want to know that. I might re-answer that. I don't know. Where's the worst smelling place you've ever been? Alright, this would have been when I was in my early 20s. I was living with my brother, and there was a chest freezer that we had brought over from my grandmother's condo. She had been put in a nursing home because she had Alzheimer's, and so he brought it over and he put it out on the patio, didn't plug it in or anything, just left it sit out there for weeks, and it was full of meat. And we had to open it. I had to open it and clean it. That was the worst smelling place I've ever been. Oh my God. Yeah, that was pretty bad. If you could time travel, who would you go back in time to see and talk to, living or dead? Let's see. Probably my great grandparents, who I never met. To hear about what my grandparents were like as children and what things were like for them. Invite 5 people to dinner, living or dead. Who would you want it to be and why? Gosh, it's way too early to be thinking of this stuff. Alright, let's see here. Let's go with Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore, Johnny Depp, Sarah Silverman, and Oprah. Why? I think it would be funny and interesting. Family food traditions. Well, they kind of all died with my mom, but plum pudding. She'd make plum pudding for Christmas. Making Christmas cookies from scratch. Can't think of anything else. And if you could write a letter to your 18-year-old self, what advice would you give? Don't forget to take your birth control. I love my kids, but I wasn't ready. Other advice, I've talked about this before, don't be so scared of failure that you won't try. Probably be more active in the community and clubs and things like that. Be a better friend to people. And don't settle for the wrong person just because you think they're the only one who's ever going to come along. There you go. Alright, well, I don't know whether or not any of that's going to be usable because of all the traffic noise, but we'll see. Oh my god, I'm so tired this morning. Okay, so there's my tag, 33 minutes. I don't have anything else to talk about because you can tell I'm not a chatty Cathy this morning, so I will I'll catch up with y'all at another time. Alright.
There's gonna be another driving video really soon because she did the same thing on Thursday. But I think she might be more perky. We can only hope. So, if you want to, see as soon as it gets loaded, make sure you hit that bell when you subscribe. Okay. Talk to you soon. I've had too much coffee.